Hey everyone, thanks for being here on this online setting, and thank you to the Festival of Friendship for having me. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to give this presentation. My name is Tommy Thompson. I'm from Minnesota. Right now, I go to school at the University of Dallas in Texas, where I'm an English major. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about the album I recently released. Then I'll play some songs from it, about four, and unfortunately, these are just pre-recorded lyric videos due to the limited situation we're in online, and then I'll conclude. So, a little background about me. I've played piano, drums, and guitar growing up, and I've been writing songs for a few years now. For the past 2 years in college, I've been the drummer of a band, and I also write and produce music on my own. When I was in quarantine, this past spring, I began to pursue more seriously my love of music. I've had the idea for creating an album for some time now. I finally had time to do that, and also what felt like a need to make it. And so this album is a combination of my love for music and my love for poetry, a need for catharsis and experiential judgment, and also a restless desire. The only adequate thing I could do to engage with myself and my life during this time was like create music. That's what it felt like, because quarantine was a very emotionally turbulent time with a lot of isolation, disappointment, confusion, lack of hope. And what I saw for me, and I'm sure other people experienced similar things to this, was two options. One, give in to apathy and distraction, or rediscover myself through mainly creating music. Creating music brings out an innate ear within me, kind of, because ever since I was little, certain chord patterns or drum beats kind of set me on fire with excitement. Creating music is kind of returning to that excitement and exploration of a little kid. Creating music also articulated what I was unable to express. Though isolation in quarantine was tough, there is always kind of a sense of isolation between people, an inability to fully communicate yourself, to fully know, and to fully be known. I find music to be a way to attempt to touch that part of the human person, both in myself in creating, and also in others through sharing music. In this way, music really is a communal effort, even when created in isolation. Creating was my attempt at understanding myself better and trying to share myself. And also, in the face of emotional turmoil, creating music can be really effectively cathartic. The album I made, it took a few months to make, and it's called A Cosmos of Chaos. And the name of this album reflects the structure of the album and also the inspiration for the album. The album is divided into two musical parts. The first 5 songs are more indie folk songwriter style, with some ambient influence. The second 5 songs are more of a rap, drum beat based genre, and in between these sets of 5 songs is a song called Shift, which acts as a hinge. The first part of this song is instrumentally enjoyable, but the second part descends into a gritty rap. One interesting thing about this song is that the same drum beat carries all the way through, which reflects the attempt at cohesiveness within the album. The divide between cosmos and chaos is not meant to be a dichotomy as much as it is meant to be experiences of a singular person moving through life. This cosmic theme of the album, represented most clearly in the first 5 songs, is meant to portray the concept of life as in a relationship. Every person, whether they want to be or not, is in a relationship with others and life as a whole in one way or another. In a state of innocence and simplicity, this relationship is one that consists of wonder, joy, and excitement, but it can also consist of sadness, struggle, and a sense of missing something. Also, the human relationship to the cosmos as a whole implies a meaningful plan or design. The idea that all the stars, down to the human heart, have meaning and importance. The chaos, on the other hand, springs out of the confusion, angst, and internal struggles that arise to muddle the simplicity of human existence. The confusion is mainly one of personal isolation and fear arising out of the inability to trust and just be. The album as a whole seeks to reconcile these two realms of humanity, asking, is life and individuality only dualism? Is the chaos a matter of personal failure? Is the cosmos a reduction of life to something too simple? Or, as the album kind of attempts to suggest, can these experiences both be part of what it means to be human and be living life as a cohesive journey? The individual songs, rather than being written to fit into this overview, an overarching theme, the individual songs originate out of personal experiences, imaginative queries, and social observation. Because, like, in my life, I've seen the cosmos and the chaos, like, day to day and also broadly, like times of simplicity and love, and in times of isolation or confusion. Also, in society, particularly in these days, one sees acts of love and respect for humanity very strongly contrasted with murder and destruction. And like in the pandemic, for example, it's been a very terrible and confusing time, but also a moment where the love of friends and family can hold strong. And so this all begs the question, how does one find a sense of unity without disengaging with one aspect or another of life or of oneself? So today, only 4 of the songs will be played from different spots in the album, but I hope at some point you can maybe go listen to the entire album for the full experience if you're interested. The first song I'll be playing tonight is the first song off of the album called Water. This song represents an encounter of an experience of falling in love and a resulting opening up of the self, which is an experience of wonder and a change of sight and vision influenced by love that makes the object of the sight new and makes everything new. And so I'll play that now.
You look around like there's always something to be found. The ground, the sky, the town, the fields, everything has its appeal. It's so real. Wrapped up in your eyes, I don't remember what color. Are they brown, are they teal? 'Cause I look and feel bubbling brooks on burning embers, green grass and icy Decembers. Hanging with you, there's a new light. I'm excited, a new sight. I wanna climb every mountain to see every sight and watch the stars every night. My sight is much brighter. I don't know much, I know that I like her. I know that I like her. I don't know much, but I know that I like. I open my eyes, I like the sunshine. I open my eyes, you're my skylight. You're my skylight. I open my eyes, I like the blue light. I open my eyes, you're my skylight. You're my skylight. And now I love water now. I love water. Now I love water. Now I love water. The well never seemed so clear. The river never ran so deep. The lake never felt so cold. The rain never felt so good. Let it pour.
So that was Water. The second song of tonight is called The Song of Wandering Angus. This song is a musical adaptation of a poem by William Butler Yeats, which is also called The Song of Wandering Angus. The lyrics of this poem are very beautiful. They tell the story of this man who experiences a magical transformation of a fish he caught as it turns into a beautiful girl. And this girl awakens kind of a wanderlust and almost like a mortal desire within him, and he spends the rest of his days searching for her. And this poem has many levels to it, but one main one is of spending one's whole life in a relationship that consists of searching and looking, driven by an unexplainable and immortal desire. So we'll play that now.
a berry to a thread. And when white moths were on the wing, and moth-like stars were flickering out, I dropped the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I had laid it on the floor, I went to blow the fire aflame, but something rustled on the floor, and someone called me by my name. It had become a glimmering girl with apple blossom in her hair. She called me by my name and ran and faded through the brightening air. Though I am old with wandering through hollow and hilly lands, I'll find out where she has gone and kiss her lips and take her hands and walk along long dappled grass and pluck till time and times are done. The silver apples of the moon, the golden apples of the sun.
The third song we'll be playing tonight is called When I'm Missing You. This song asks a question in relation to the song of Wandering Angus, namely, is the state of being alive and in a relationship, and therefore having to search and engage with desire, worth the pain and difficulty that results? Yet also, missing someone can be the realest way to experience the fact of their existence. It can be a beautiful thing. So we'll play that now.
Like nicotine, it's summertime, white phosphorus in the sky, and the dust of pine, warm, calm air. But I shiver inside, 'cause my wonder trying to hide revealing eyes behind visible lies, stuck under the sky, the big blue sky, ashamed of who I am, amazed by who am I. But I cover the cry, I cover the cry. I need need more pride, like my mother's kind, adds for all my needs. In the city bright, but I need a life in the giving light. And my knuckles are white, so white. But I feel the growing, like the sea in heat. I feel the groaning, like the Big Dipper flipped. I feel the groaning. When I look at you, I feel the groaning. When I'm missing you. Each groan of my bone as I follow this road, it only increases the farther I go. The more I'm alone, the more I sense it within me. The less I'm alone, the more empty I feel. Losing all hope, I'm tempted to steal the formulated episode instead of what's real. Is the way worth the pain? Is the wonder worth the change?
So those three songs that I've played so far are from the first part of the album, the cosmic part. This last song I am playing is also the last song from the album. So just some context, the 4 songs preceding this song descended into kind of a confusion and internal struggle with identity and fear and the need for conversion. And this last song, which is called Brothers in Arms, attempts to wrap up all the themes of the album into a proposal that basically everyone has the same heart. While many of the songs on the album are very introspective and personal in nature, they are also meant as points of connection for everyone else. The making of this album was a very personal experience and investigation into myself, but also tried to find unity with everyone else, people as a whole. And in this song, I sampled the Dire Straits song, which is called Brothers in Arms. That song is a Vietnam protest song, and so kind of in my own way, trying to demonstrate my own protest of division through sharing myself. And so I'll play that now.
Back straight, like a soldier, they said. What bread is street bread, doesn't matter. When you've bled, you've bled. When you're dead, you're dead. When it's in my head, I know I'm wrong, I'm misled. Instead, I see where I tread. Creek beds in the books I've read, searching for the golden thread, the matrix pill. An anxious will, but still leave the beat in the heart and out of the head. 'Cause everything can be tangible, despite the drill of the day. Everything breathes and speaks, the stars have something to say, telling me to stay wide awake. I hear, but I'm hyper alert and full of fear. So much paralysis from over-analysis, I can't move. If I'm a son, then why do I run? Why am I always looking for something new? Just waiting for the one, waiting for the debut. I guess I don't want my desire to be done. 'Cause God fits the desire, the devil tries to shrink it. I'm looking around, not blinking, waiting for signs and an exodus from thinking. Caught between my elements, caught between freedom and the sun, or Pegasus or Daedalus sinking. The chaos is tried and true, the cosmos hangs in an IOU. My wretchedness to my genesis to life, and its poetic evidence. Now there's a pause, the fear, the love, battling in thoughts. The heart in limbo, a little bit lost, inside an inferno, working with the frost. What's the real cost? Wisdom without suffering, it's fake, it's lost. Just empty charms, quarantine's odd. What happens in the now is God. What happens when we realize we're all brothers in arms? 'Cause we thought the human condition could change. Without progress and technology, we could turn the page. A pandemic shows us the fragility of our days. Injustice and murder show the evil present in the age. The love shown by many reveals the good that can save. You can't set it apart. We are brothers in arms.
It's written in the stars, Calvary's written into Mars. It's written in the questioning hearts, brothers in arms, in word and flesh, entropy and everything held together by breath. Memento mori, remember your death. Destiny in the stars, arms outstretched. It's written into hearts, we're brothers in arms.
So to wrap up, Seamus Heaney, my favorite poet, says, quote, "Poetry holds attention for a space. It functions not as a distraction, but as pure concentration, a focus where our power to concentrate is concentrated back on ourselves." End quote. The process of creating this album was really related to this idea of concentration. Through music, I was able to look at myself, or to look at humanity in a very real way, whereas without music, it's too easy to be distracted. Music and poetry have a unique power of conveying the truth of human experiences and human questions through representation and communication. The medium of music, or the medium of poetic form, allows the reader or listener to enter into a dialogue with the art, but ultimately it is also a dialogue with themselves. Creating music was really a similar dialogue with myself. Though this whole presentation maybe sounded confusing or very complicated, at the end of the day, it is secondary, because music is mysterious, and to just simply participate in it is a thing of profundity and beauty, yet also very natural. I don't think I could have not made this album. It came from a need for creativity, which ultimately is a participation with being itself. So yeah, check out the album on SoundCloud or follow my Instagram for more musical updates. And thank you for listening.
You look around like there's always something to be found. The ground, the sky, the town, the fields. Everything has its appeal. It's so real.